Hey folks, it's Star. Welcome in. Peace, love. I wanted to talk to you guys today about suicide. And the reason I chose this topic is because we've seen it a lot lately on the news with various celebrities. And it's a tough subject to talk about for some folks, especially somebody who is close to it, who's actually had a family member commit suicide. But what I wanted to do is kind of shed a spiritual light on suicide. And I want to kind of start with the basics by explaining to you that you, that loved one who may have committed suicide, and all of us are connected through a stream of love that runs through all of us. We're all energy. We're all pure love energy. And you never know what another person is thinking. We can kind of guess, and we hope that maybe their thoughts don't lead them to make a decision that would cause them to end their lives, because you love people. You don't want to see your loved ones gone. But the truth is we don't have any power over that decision that somebody else makes. We'd like to think that we do. We sometimes maybe feel like, well, if I just would have said something, or if I would have done this differently, or if I would have reacted in a better way, maybe they wouldn't have done that. No, honey, that's not true. You have zero power over somebody else making that decision to take their life. And just so you understand spiritually, they're okay. You're not, because you're the one that's left here, and you have to grieve them, and you feel that loss. That's an extremely hard thing to deal with, and you'll deal with that, likely until you meet them again. Not that you have to in that way, because there are ways spiritually for you to connect to them, but we'll talk about that in another video. I just want you to understand and know that you're not responsible in any way, shape, or form. Your mom, your dad, your friends, anybody else in the family, nobody else is responsible. And please don't feel angry at the person who committed suicide. I know that you love him, and I know that you wish with all your heart that they were here. But they're not gone, other than from this physical body. They're still here energetically. We're all energy. You don't just disappear. You may exit this body, and we all will at one time, but you're not gone. It's not like all of a sudden, boom, you disappear and you don't exist any longer. You're still spirit, and that person that you love, okay, I'm telling you right now with 100% certainty, they're still spirit, and they're likely still around you. I don't doubt for 1 second that they wouldn't be. They're still around you. And when you grieve, know this, that when you grieve to the point of you just feel overwhelmed and you're so much hurt and anger, you're not going to be able to tap into that person. And that's probably what you would love to do or want to do right now. The only way you can tap into that energy that was that person is by understanding that you are love, and you're not responsible for the decision they made, and you have to love you. When you love you and become centered within yourself, you'll be able to better connect to that person that was them in the human form. You'll be able to connect to them spiritually. But, and again, that's another video that I'd be happy to get into with you at another time. But I just want you to understand that suicide is a very personal decision. It's not based on anything that you did or said or anybody else did or said. That person made the decision for themselves. They wanted to go back and feel relief. And their way of going back to love and to the spirit and to the energy that is all of us is by leaving this body. And sometimes the ways that are chosen to do it might, be kind of, I guess you'd say, horrific sometimes. They're okay. Know that they're okay, and that they are absolutely 100% at peace. And they want you to know that. They want you to know that they're at peace and that they love you and that they're absolutely okay. And they're watching and shining down on you right now. And understand that you're love. And as soon as you can understand that you had nothing to do with it, and you start to kind of shed some of the the pain that you might be carrying right now. You'll set yourself up for later on being able to connect to them spiritually. And there's many different ways that you can do that. But you're not going to be able to do that until you start to center yourself spiritually, internally. And once you're centered and connected to the higher source, you'll be able to tap in to that which is the loved one that you lost. So I don't want to, dig too deep into this subject because I know it's a painful subject. But I want you to know that you're loved, you are loved, and that loved one loves you with all their heart, with all their spirit. They love you, and they're watching you, and they're sending you their love, their loving vibration. Just know that that is most definitely true. And it's a knowing that I wanted to share with you today. So tonight when you go to sleep, ask that person maybe to come to you tonight in a dream. That you just want to know that they're okay. And they will. They will most definitely come to you at that request. All right, everybody. I'm going to go. Peace. Love.